A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision that has sparked widespread debate, the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, to access sensitive Social Security Administration, SSA, records containing confidential data on millions of Americans. This ruling comes amidst ongoing legal challenges and concerns over privacy rights. On June 6, 2025, the Supreme Court issued a brief and signed order stating that SSA may proceed to grant access to members of the DOGE team for their work. Despite a previous ruling by District Judge Ellen Hollander that had restricted such access, Judge Hollander's April ruling had prohibited DOGE staff from accessing records that could personally identify individuals, including social security numbers, medical histories, and bank records. The case was brought forth by a coalition of unions who argued that the SSA had recklessly opened its data systems to unauthorized personnel from DOGE, jeopardizing the privacy of millions of Americans. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, one of the three liberal justices dissenting from the majority ruling, expressed deep concern over the implications of this decision. She stated, "The government wants to give DOGE unfettered access to this personal, non-anonymized information right now, before the courts have time to assess whether DOGE's access is lawful." The dissenting justices highlighted the grave privacy risks posed by the Supreme Court's decision, emphasizing the lack of safeguards in place to protect sensitive personal information. The ruling has drawn criticism from privacy advocates and defenders of Social Security, who view it as a significant threat to personal privacy rights. The Trump administration, on the other hand, argues that DOGE requires this access to effectively target waste and inefficiencies within the federal government. Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur and former head of DOGE, had previously characterized Social Security as a Ponzi scheme and insisted on the necessity of reducing perceived fraud in the program. However, Judge Hollander had dismissed DOGE's claims as little more than suspicion, labeling their efforts as a fishing expedition. The ruling allows DOGE to access non-anonymized data, raising alarms about potential misuse of this information. The Supreme Court's decision comes at a time when President Trump has been engaged in a contentious relationship with the judiciary, often expressing frustration over court rulings that have hindered his administration's agenda. This ruling marks a significant victory for the Trump administration, which has faced numerous legal challenges since the president's return to office. The implications of this decision extend beyond the courtroom, as it raises fundamental questions about the balance between government efficiency and individual privacy rights. Critics of the ruling have described it as a sad day for our democracy and a scary day for millions of people. The ongoing legal battles surrounding DOGE's access to sensitive data are likely to continue, as privacy advocates and labor unions remain vigilant in their efforts to protect the rights of American citizens. As this story unfolds, the nation watches closely, aware that the decisions made today will have lasting impacts on privacy, governance, and the relationship between citizens and their government. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.